Part 2 of the Randwick preview for Australia Day. It's an interesting card because obviously it's a mostly midweek standard, but fairly dense races. And I can find a plane this afternoon, I can tell you that. Now, race 5, we've certainly lost Ara Golden Charming Lad, who ran 2-1 at Hawkesbury earlier today. Other than that, the market reads $2.80 Pumpkin Pie, $7 I Am Impressed, $9 Dead Calm, $14 Reckless Russell, $15 Caesar's Ghost, $15 Soundworks, $18 Excited Prince, and $20 along with the others. Doesn't look to be a great deal of pressure in this race, and I imagine that Deanne probably has to take it up on Pumpkin
that's
Pie.
That's the only question mark, isn't it?
Funny, I got into this race and I thought, oh, this is a moral, and then I'm thinking, hang on, this is going 1400. And you recall the correspondent who said, what are you doing tipping morals over distances they've not run at?
Yes.
Cottage being, I think, the case in point. And
There's
yes,
one next start.
Yeah, but she came back in distance then. Anyway, Pumpkin Pie, she was into the bridle quickly the other day and sort of got shuffled back to midfield eventually, but that was a fast-ish 1200 metre race for 3-year-olds, and she's up against the older horses here at 1400. She'll be right on the speed because alternatives are, well, Dead Calm I haven't seen, but he's been racing on speed in the bush, and Never Back Down is back from a mile, and you know, he's hardly a fast horse. Stylish Lad on speedish, and Man of Colours, who's fresh. Surprising for Gwenda just to bring him up here. He's fairly well categorised, this horse, and I would have thought that a city race first up was a surprising choice, but he could be persuaded forward. Not much else really. It's a bit steady as she goes. Butteroo Knight's been racing off speed lately. I guess he could be a bit further forward.
I think there's only two chances, and they sort of are going to map in completely different areas. Look, I don't think Pumpkin Pie is actually a leader. I think it's a horse better with cover, but it's going to have 50 kilos, isn't it? You know what the instructions are going to be. Barrier 2, Deanne Panya, 50 kilos. It's going to be just lead, isn't it? Well, and I think it'll hold on. I think it'll win.
You actually wouldn't want it to settle off the speed, would you? I mean, you wouldn't want it to be cluttered up on the inside with nuffies.
Not with her and Barrier 2. What I'm saying is, I think the horse, you're not going to get the best out of it in that circumstance, but I think as far as this race is concerned, that's clearly the winning move, and if it does get that scenario, I think it'll win. I will having a saver on the only horse that might come from behind and run over the top of it, and that's number 3, I Am Impressed, which is
looks a Monte Quinola to me.
Yeah, and they're the only two really, aren't they?
Well, I've said often, if Chris Lees hangs about the country with any horse, it's no rap. It's no rap. This Dead Calm may have won his 3 runs back from a spell, but he's had 5 starts in the country, none at the provincials. So yes, that's all very nice.
And the form lines around his country wins, there's nothing there.
Yes, so other than that, Soundworks, I don't really know what she's doing up at 1400. She looks like an 1100 metre horse to me. And we've got Reckless Russell, who returned from a 99-year spell, over 1100, poked home all right. He's got no real 1400 metre credentials either, so I have to agree with you, Gord. It just looks a match race, and at $7 and $2.80, or they're trimmed up a little bit by the doubtful runners.
We had a bet yesterday. The percentages were fantastic.
Yeah, it does look a match race because you've got both ways covered. You've got the talented 3-year-old filly that's just going to make her own luck, and there she is. Maybe she's going to over race at 1400, and that's
and the only one that
brings herself undone. And I'm impressed is. Look, he's no great animal, but he's honest, and he's at the scene of his best recent run, which was 2 starts back on Boxing Day. He's on a quickish backup, 8-day backup from not a great race at Warwick Farm, but he's on song, so he's your alternative. The time-honoured Australia Day Cup, $3.10, Destiny's Kiss seeking to win his 3rd 2400 metre races preparation. $3.60 back from the Magic Millions Cup Centre Pivot. $4.80 index linked, $8.50 foreign prince, $8.50 Shalmaneser, $19 the Roomba File, and $31 Dream Folk. Now, foreign prince finally leads this preparation. Shalmaneser, who's had a little bit of time off since the race on New Year's Day, but has had a trial. He's in attendance. Had centre pivot next in the run, and that's pretty much your on pace. Your on pace runners. So steady as she goes. I know that Iggy Pop didn't seem to go particularly well, being gifted the lead in the similar race 3 weeks ago. So we'll see how Foreign Prince goes here, who's in somewhat in different form. He went well 2 starts back, and then he had to chase Red Excitement and folded up. He gets out to 2400 tomorrow, which is another thing, credential that he's a bit lacking in. So yeah. I sort of gave him short shrift, despite the fact that he's a stable horse. Centre pivot I want to be hard against. I just don't like horses going away like that when there is existing form. You've got the Quinella horses from the Tattersalls Club Cup on New Year's Day holiday, Index Linked and Destiny's Kiss. They fought out the race. I think they probably fight out the race again. Index Linked has been back to the trials. Destiny's Kiss, more importantly, has gone to Gosford to actually run in a race, which I think is even better. So, has been a horse, sort of a Destiny's Kiss has been a bit of a bet noir of mine, but I'm in his camp tomorrow.
I'm glad you didn't bother asking me before you talked about it. How's this program? 200, 1800 metre races and a 2400 metre race, eh? Oh, it was fantastic. If I had to have an opinion, I think 3 Centre Pivot is clearly the best horse in the race. I'd expect, because it's a small field, that sort of suits it, and I'd expect it to be a little bit too strong late for this mob.
Okay, well I'm clearly opposing it on the score of 2400.
Yeah.
But obviously the market is paying him good respect. But yeah, I think it's the top 3 or bust here, and I've gone 1 from 2 rather than number 3. The penultimate is back over the short course, 1,000 metres, and here Crafty Cop is our favourite, the 3-year-old at $3.50. He's been gelded. $4.40 is handwritten. $7 Rado, $8 Wider Claim, $11 is Duty Dude, $12 Lieutenant, and $13 Star Shaft, $16 I'm Usain. Very good speed in this race, of course. There's handwritten Our Renaissance. For Me Dad is a pretty sharp 3-year-old filly who's resuming, and the extremely disappointing Lieutenant, who's now in his 3rd stable. Crafty Cop is on speed. Schumacher resumed the other day and raced outside the lead. He's not far away. Wider Claim looking to slot in midfield. Duty Dude being ridden cold. I think that's the key to him. I'm Usain back off the speed, and Star Shaft and Rado likewise. So I'll let you talk about the 3-year-old here, Gord.
You want me to talk about the 3-year-old? Crafty Cop, sorry. It was a lovely trial. I actually think it ran in some decent races last preparation, but let's get Paul to do the figures on gelded, back from a spell, trialled well. I don't know whether he can he put that many parameters in. You know what I mean? But what are you going to define as trialled well?
Well, he's going to have a it's going to have a trial number.
Yeah, and we just make it above that number.
This horse has got a 4.7 number, which is reasonably good.
Yeah. So it was a fantastic trial. So this is a new horse. So they obviously thought it had ability. It ran in some decent races last preparation. It trialled really well. I find myself, I don't make a lot of money backing this stable off trials. So it's not going to be a bet for me in the race, but it's my top selection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's weird. I'm going for the bush horse, number 3, handwritten. Hugh Bowman loves 1,000 metres. I think it's a 1,000 metre horse actually.
Absolutely.
And then its last sort of 3 starts, 1,200, 1,200, 1,250. It's had the what would you call it? Are we allowed to call that a spell?
Yeah.
At what day? Where's the line?
Well,
Can you let
I would
RaceNet
actually
know?
call that a let up.
Yeah.
But yeah, 76 days, anywhere between 45 and 90 is a let up in my opinion. But
And you notice track and distance last time it ran it beat Lemmy Stray. Now some people might poo-poo that form, but you know that
it's a highway race.
It was a highway race, but if you notice after that, Lemmy Australia actually franked the form. She was flying at the time, I think. So I think that's solid form. My bet in the race will be number 3, but scared of number 12, Crafty Cock. I was about to say cock then.
Excellent. Look, all I'll add to that is that wider claim was put to the sword the other day, and that really didn't suit him. And he's a lurker's, stalker's chance here. And the other thing I want to say is I'm Usain is he's not much chop, but he never gets a rider. So T. Clark gets on board. B. McDougall's ridden it half a dozen times recently. A. Gibbons has ridden it. A. Adkins, Lester Grace, Jess Taylor, Taylor Marshall, Vlad, I can't even say his name, Bolesnik, Alina Skerritt, Sam Clinton. He's never seen a rider, so I'm Usain is going to be ridden well tomorrow if that's of any assistance to him. Now, the nightcap. And another Hawks horse, resuming again, Tommy Berry again, 3-year-old filly this time, favourite at $4.80. That's a missed opportunity, who has found this race after scratchings have allowed her in the race. $7 Pick Me Up, $8 the resuming Lanciato, $9.50 Magic As, $11 Alpen Rose, I missed $7 Remunerator, $12 Loverboy Charlie, $16 Aralyn, $17 Icon Rock, and they're the ones under 20 to 1. Iron George, who's found a bit of form at Gosford recently, is the lure. P. King's had 2 rides on him, and he's going to be driven forward from his inside gate. Pick Me Up is not too far away. Alpen Rose certainly up to 1200 is right on speed. Radical Impact pulls his way forward. And Nikoff hasn't seen 1200 and could push on from a wide gate. A missed opportunity, I'd suggest, is not too far away. Remunerator ridden off the speed in midfield. Magic As at least gets a race more suitably run tomorrow, and Aralyn is midfield inside. Do you want to start with the filly, 3-year-old filly?
A missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly have it on top. Love the trial. I actually think the form lines around its first win over 1100 metres at Canterbury are quite solid. I was making a lot of money out of that, those 3-year-old form races within Times of War,
Yeah.
and your quite a few other 3-year-olds that actually won races, I think, down in Melbourne as well. So I think that's solid. I don't know whether it got away with murder that particular time to win and then failed next start.
Seareath got on. Didn't Seareath get on it? It just went back to the tail. I don't.
So T-Berry to Seareath. Did come last.
Yeah, but didn't participate. I'd say something was wrong with it.
Yeah. So now 131 days off. Lovely trial over 900 metres. Obviously, I would like another trial. But I think this is a rather weakish race. And then the other one I was going to give another chance to is number 4, Magic Azza.
Last chance, I think.
Last chance. But I like back to 1200 metres. And then I'll just go off that dynamic win first up and say I think there was $13 on offer early, and throw it as some sort of roundabout that odds. Doesn't seem like a too bad a play to me, but not a race I'm going to get massively involved with.
Lanciato first up there. He's booked Bowman. Ran around in a non-event trial. Any opinion there?
Yeah, some sort of a chance. I just, it's an unknown horse with a trainer who's not Saturday grade yet. So,
lucky he's in a Wednesday race.
Yeah, that's true.
He's never actually had a spell, Lanciato, although racing at Warnsilia he's had several spells, but he's basically resuming in his second preparation, so he looks a horse of interest in the race. Coliseum King has got weird city credentials. He's back to 1200 from a mile, but he did he was in the slow lane in my opinion the other day, and his only decent run recently is at 1200.
Yeah, I know. See, that I looked at that and I was sort of like, if I had seen 40 days,
yeah,
I would have been
probably not long
interested.
enough.
Yeah.
But his city creds are a bit iffy anyway. Loverboy Charlie is a horse that I have no time for. Picked Me Up is honest, and on the quick back up from Canterbury last Friday night, where he went forward, he had a bit of a break there. He'll be there. Radical Impact will be doing his best, but that's probably not good enough. I Can Rock is a terrible horse, but it gets Tim Clark in a lane that he could just. Of course, he was. I don't know what Bishin was doing on him behind Magic Az 2 starts back. It was sort of like Bishin couldn't work out how to get the horse into the clear. Terrible horse, but just one of those lurkers, stalkers chances again.
I know got under sort of. I just don't think that's a solid formula anymore.
Aralyn is honest mare, but I don't really have much time for her. Alpenrose had her chance the other day. Remunerator, I always thought it was a 1,000-metre horse, and she found the line the other day, but the figs are terrible in that last at Canterbury the other day. So, look, a missed opportunity. She won on debut in the wet, and she's got a very, very wet-looking pedigree fox wedge out of an Encosta de Lago mare. I think it's an Encosta de Lago mare. I perhaps should have checked that earlier. But look, she's there. She's Johnny on the spot, and
Well, what price did you say it was?
she's $4.80.
Okay, because the Awesome Trial was on a good track and was against serious horses.
So there you have it.
Gotta have it on top, don't you? But
Yeah.
what price?
I think that's legitimate. So where are you playing, Gord?
Can I have a look? You got a whole field sheet there for me? Oh God, could I just have a good laugh and make a special in a distance race?
Yeah, why not?
No, I'm not. I can't do it. Drachenfels, definite bet for me. Handwritten, I'm going to be backing. And yeah, why not? Sizzling bullet in the first.
So there's 3 play races for Gord. I'm going to say Obsidian is my best race for number 3. We'll be back on Friday with a preview of Rosehill, which has got the Expressway Stakes and the Canterbury Stakes, the Widden Stakes. It's a taste of autumn on Saturday. And on Friday, Glenn Pollitt will be turning up with Gord and I to do the preview for that particular meeting. So we'll catch you then and hopefully get through Thursday with some dollars in, well, at least intact or perhaps an improvement.
I was saying pumpkin pie. Like I know it's only a Thursday meeting, Australia Day meeting.
You're betting up, Gord.
I'm going.
You're betting up.
I'm
You're
betting
going
up tomorrow.
Sizzling Bullet into Drachenfels, into pumpkin pie, and you know
Into the cricket, into the tennis,
yeah,
into the Super Bowl final.
it's all happening.
Let
Is
it
Next
ride.
Monday, is it? Super Bowl.
I don't know, but we're getting closer.
It's on soon. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Friday for a Rosehill preview.